Like Abramovich is making, you want to be a big time player, got to make a big time play, and Abramovich is doing that.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Q&A Extra. This is where myself and Matt take one of your questions and dive a little bit deeper into it. So, are you ready for this one, Matt?
I am.
This is from, I'm going to go with, it's King Fire. I'm going with, there's an X in there, but I'm going with King. So, Werner, Ziyech, Chilwell, Thiago Silva and Kai Havertz deals are very close. So obviously some are done, some are not. And they're linked with Nick Pope and Onana. With these quality signings, do you think Chelsea could win the Premier League and go far, or maybe even win the Champions League?
I mean,
ambitious. I like it.
They are playing FIFA career mode, but it's exceptional. I've never been more impressed with a team in a transfer window than I have at Chelsea.
I am so jealous.
God, I wish it was my team.
Oh, same. I bet Chelsea fans, they're just sat chilling, all of these deals are done, a few more in the pipeline, we are good to go.
And just when you think, do we have enough money, bam, they're just going to throw down. Like Abramovich is making, you want to be a big time player, got to make a big time play. And Abramovich is doing that. I think they're amazing transfers. And I know people will say, he's going to flop. How you possibly know that, I have no idea. I love it when people say these big players will flop, even though the reason that they've been bought is because as a professional footballer in their recent careers, they haven't flopped. That's exactly why they're in the position that they're in. So you couldn't possibly know that. Timo Werner, a fantastic signing. Right, a brilliant player for years at Leipzig, scoring goals, exactly what you need. He's quick, he's agile, he fits their system. Loads of teams wanted him, like Liverpool as well, so they bought him. Brilliant deal. Same thing with Ziyech. You've seen it in the Champions League as well as at Ajax. Thiago Silva, God knows how many trophies he's won. Phenomenal defender. Kai Havertz, one of the most sought-after midfielders in Europe and could be one of the best midfielders in the world, right? Not done yet. Looks like it will be done within the next few days. Ben Chilwell, a very good left-back. I'm not saying he's, phenomenal. I'm not sure he's top Champions League level, but a good left-back for what they need. Yeah. I think they're just identifying the weaker areas, identifying who's good in these positions around Europe, and going out and buying them. No ifs, ands, or buts. No manager this, no checkbook worries that, no, bad relationship with the chairman, nothing. You want the player, you see the player, you buy the player. Done. I think it's incredibly efficient from Chelsea. Very impressive. And again, if anyone says they're going to flop or it's bad news, you're lying to yourself and you're making a prediction just hoping on the off chance it comes true. Because there is no way on paper that you could say these are bad deals. Yeah. People say, but what's the name's better or this and that. Yeah, well, other players aren't available.
They've still found someone who's good and they've actually signed them. It's not just rumours.
It's not rumours.
They've actually gone, made contact and got the job done. And how great it would be if everyone else was like that.
Exactly. And you could say, but they could have signed this player. Well, they didn't. Because maybe that player's not available, or maybe that player doesn't want to leave, or he doesn't want to come to Chelsea. The ones that want to come, they've tempted them to come and they've done the deal. And I can only think every team would be a lot happier if they managed to do it with all their transfer targets. Yeah, as I say, regardless of whether it pays off or not, Chelsea have put their money where their mouth is, which you can say a lot more for a lot of other teams. But yeah, do you think win the Premier League and Champions League? That's a big
Not
ask.
This season coming up.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
I'm not
sure. They came fourth in the Premier League. I thought they would have got third. There was the odd little slip up. I'm not trying to diminish Frank Lampard because I think he's brilliant. And again, I love the story of him coming in, taking charge. He had such a great season last season, especially with the restrictions that they did have. But I think him and this team that he's forming, I think they'll need a season or two to kind of mesh and to grow and to learn. He's still got lessons I'm sure that he'll need to learn as well as a manager. So I think 100% they will finish in that top four. I don't know if they're going to be able to. I think the gap between Liverpool and City and Chelsea will be closer. I don't know if they can 100% this season coming up.
That's the thing, yeah.
Be in that same category. Maybe the season after. And Champions League, I think it's very hard to call the Champions League.
It is difficult, and I think you made a good point there. It's not just about them being better. It's about City and Liverpool also being better.
Exactly. Everyone else is making moves.
Liverpool aren't losing anyone, and they're still going to be this fantastic Liverpool team that we've seen. Manchester City are getting better with signings, and then we're talking about Messi joining as well. So if Manchester City and Liverpool also improve, they'll also pull away from Chelsea. I think Chelsea have got to wait almost for a slip up from one of those two, to kind of then break through and push on to win the Premier League title. The Champions League, look, I mean, they were unlucky that they ran into the champions Bayern Munich.
I think they'll have a good campaign.
They'll have a good campaign, but it's very difficult to call the Champions League. Every year you think that Barcelona or Man City are going to do something, and they don't. And PSG. So the Champions League is a bit more difficult. The Premier League, I just think, if Man City and Liverpool sort of come down to everyone else's level, Chelsea will be the first in line to try and take them over.
I see it as Liverpool, City and Chelsea being kind of like the three at the top. Because obviously Manchester United, signing-wise, it's looking like an absolute hot mess over there. Yeah. I don't think they're necessarily going to be able to make that same jump that Chelsea are making. So I think it's going to be those three kind of in the mix in the upcoming seasons, unless something drastically changes with some of the other teams. But I think it will be good to see like those three competing. And like you say, Chelsea, they've just got to be smart about it. And teams will slip up. Obviously, it's going to be another very intense season because of obviously what's happened in the last season. Mistakes will be made, and I think Chelsea's problem at the end of this season we've just had is that they didn't kind of pick up on the few little slip-ups.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they can do that, I agree. I think it'll be good. What do you reckon about Nick Pope and Onana?
Pope and Onana are a little bit more likely than Oblak, who I've seen mentioned.
I think that's
he's leaving Atletico. Yeah, look, they're both good goalkeepers, a bit different style of keepers, but both very good keepers. And if they come in, again, they're only going to help improve Chelsea from Kepa's terrible record as a keeper and the amount of shots he faced and the percentage of goals he conceded. I think they're only going to help them. Again, they've identified a problem area. They've seen two good options that they think are achievable, both attraction in terms of wage and football and financial-wise in terms of the transfer fee. So they'll go ahead, and if they see it fit, they'll go ahead and they'll do it. And, props to them.
Very jealous. Very jealous. But yes, thank you for that question. Very good question. Don't forget to check out on a Wednesday night our community tab, where we give you guys the opportunity to ask us the questions that we feature here on the Q&A. As always, thank you to all of you for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. Check out all the other content that we've got going on at Onefootball. And myself and Matt will see you guys next week.